covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire surrounds my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
Are we good? We're live? You didn't point at me. You didn't point at me. You're supposed to point at. All right, here we go. We are live. Woo! Welcome back to the second consecutive live studio audience that's here. So let's cheer really loud and see if they can hear us over the. Good. Loud. That wasn't from me, so that got picked up. Maybe we should have a microphone. All right. So thanks for tuning in, whoever's there. Kelly's still getting set up. And I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something funny, but I just forgot because it came to me. All right, I probably shouldn't say that, so that's why I couldn't remember it. All right, I got some announcements for you all. Sunday morning, we're doing cast. I was thinking, this was our third week that we did it. How many of you in here have been going to cast on Sunday morning? I think pretty much everybody in here, except a few of you. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But we're going to have to switch it up this week. So I'm telling you that if the numbers are the same, we're going to have 9th and 10th and 11th and 12th and the graduating seniors in separate classes because high school was packed. I think you guys were at your breaking point. Like, if you added one more person, I couldn't let you do that. So that's what's going to happen for high school. So high schoolers know that. And if the numbers are less and you can get together, then 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th, all high schools will get together as well. Middle schoolers, where you at? You should be coming as well. So middle schoolers, tell your friends, come Sunday morning. So they probably got to tell their parents to come, and they probably can't drive. Could they ride the bus? We do have a bus that runs here, so we could pick them up. We could. All right, so Sunday morning. All right, the other thing that I need to tell you is the third person. Third person. All right, so I gotta break some news to you. All right, today we decided we're gonna move it from this room down into the auditorium. Okay, so we're gonna have the pews there, and I know that's what we didn't want, but that's what's best for us. Okay. So the numbers are continuing to climb for the Rona, and so we're gonna leave this room and we're gonna go down there and we're gonna be spread out so that way we can have more room, and so that's where it will be. So with that being said, ladies, you know your 3 rooms are going to be over here, but the guys are going to be in this room right here. And I think there's 6 ladies per room, and that's how it's kind of broke up. Oh, and some ladies will be in your office over there, yeah. So you'll be sleeping in Judy's office, and Kelly. Some ladies will be in my office as well, sleeping, and I'll be sleeping out in the hallway, as the security guard. With my nightstick on. Whip somebody up. All right. I don't know. So the alternative is also going to be going on. It's Wednesday night. Make sure you're getting ready. I am planning on doing something for the alternative, so it's going to be SWIC. So that's sweet and sick together. SWIC. So I'm bringing that back for you, Mikey Sackrider. And so that's, you will sign up for the alternative the night we check in. So Monday night, you'll sign up for when you're going to go. The other thing about third person is our band has changed, and it was going to be Mikey Sackrider and a few of his guys from down south. And those of you who have been in this church, you know Mikey. His dad is in charge of the facilities here. But we are now going to have Emily Book, and Kelly is singing. Steven is on the drums. And I believe Lori DeBoard is coming in to play the pad. Is that what it's called? Or the keys? It's called the keys? She plays. Oh, okay. So, like, she hits a pad, and then it plays differently, depending on which pad she hits. All right. So I'm super excited because she is amazing, and I'm just great. This is gonna be great. That's what I was trying to say. I'm so excited. I'm just great. This is gonna be so great. I'm so excited. Okay, and the other thing is Mix. Middle schoolers, you have your own third-person event. So Mix is coming up, and pay attention. Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I don't know. I just lost it. I was thinking about Jonah, because Jonah is the one who's in charge of that. So Jonah will be hooking y'all up. And what else is there? What else? That's it, right? Okay. Whew. Man, I feel like what's my heart rate right now? I feel like it's racing. It was only 86 9 minutes ago. It's not that bad. All right, let's play a game. And we're talking about salt and light. And I think they're like a dynamic duo in the Bible, like salt and light, right? Like they go together. And so we're going to play a game about dynamic duos. So how familiar are you with dynamic duos? All right. So here we go. It's very easy, very simple. If you know this, then I want to hear you say, "Oh yeah." If you don't know it and you get it wrong, then don't say anything, all right? So here we go. Let's see the first one. All right? So Gumby and who are the dynamic duos? Somebody, oh yeah, knows. You know? Okay, well, go ahead. Pokey, is she right? She is right. Yes. All right, next one. Here we go. Mowgli and Baloo. Is it Baloo? It is Baloo. What else? You guys are happy you got that right. Y'all are like, yeah, so smart. Beaver and this is probably gonna be a little hard. No one's saying, oh yeah. Like beaver, what? Woodchuck? Wally? Let's see what it is. Have you guys ever heard of Beaver and Wally? Yeah, I've never heard of them. I had to Google him. Okay, what's the next one? Lewis and Clark. Is she right? Okay. Lewis and Clark. All right. Number 5. Garfield and Odie, is she right? She is right. Super happy. Yes. All right. What else we got? What else we got? Paul and I don't know. There was a bunch of them over here. Barnabas. What would be another one? Paul and Timothy, Silas. Good. All right. What else? Homer and oh yeah. Who is it? Margie? It is Marge. Homer and Marge. Homer and Marge. All right. And I think we got two more. Three more. Three more. Fred and Barney. Barney. Fred and Barney. Yes. And number. Are anybody saying anything on the chat? Anybody guessing on the chat? No, we're going too fast for them. Yeah. Sorry. Let's leave the last one to them. So tell them to get ready. Get ready. Get ready. All right, here we go. Number 9. Here we go. Number 9. Pluto and Goofy. Pluto and Goofy. Is it? Yes. That one's weird. It should be Mickey. Okay, here we go. Number 10. Hansel and oh yeah, it's Gretel. And then, are you ready? The bonus one. The bonus one is coming up. All right, so here, let's put the bonus one up, and we're gonna leave this to them. So, okay, we know who this is. Do you youngins know who this is? You do? You do know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Somebody's got to answer. It's been more than 10 seconds. What's your answer? What's your answer? Matthew says Tonto. Is it? Tonto. It is Tonto, Matthew. Oh, Matthew, such a good job. Good job. All right. Well, so we're going to get talking about a dynamic duo of salt and light. But before we do, check out this video. We started our series last week talking about my city and my responsibility, and so the whole point of this was how do we answer this call that is out there in our society for social justice, and the best way that I came up with was to love our neighbor, and so what does that look like? So it looks like claiming that this is my city where I am and it's my responsibility. And so last week, we looked at things that hinder us from sharing our faith. And we also spent some time looking at what motivates us to share our faith. So we talked about both sides of the coin. In our culture, evangelism can be super difficult. And when we're called to be salt and light in this world, it can be difficult for us to even know what to do. We don't walk around knocking on doors anymore to tell people about Jesus. That's just not the way our culture operates. The best way to evangelize is to tell your friends. Like that's just the easiest and the best way for you to tell people about Jesus. But talking about God can be awkward. You can feel like you don't have the right answers. And instead of it being like talking about your best friend or your favorite subject in the whole wide world, you feel like you don't even know who this person is. There's this funny invitation video, church invitation video. I want to check this out. It's from a guy named David Miller who created it.
Yo! Yo! Yo, I know you hear me. This is Edwards.
What do you want?
Mrs. Edwards, I know I ask you this like every week, but would you like to ride to church with me? Oh, come on, Mrs. Edwards, you like my church. We have some hot music. It may not be what you're bumping at all, but it's hot. We gets down. What do you say, Mrs. Edwards?
Oh, I suppose.
I've heard it said that 80% of first-time church visitors come because someone personally invited them. All people need to feel loved and wanted, and for some people, it just takes having someone offer to give them a ride to church. We have something great going on at this church. People's lives are being transformed by God's love. Your homework this week is to find at least one person who could use a little more of that love and invite them to come with you next week. Trust me, it's worth the extra effort.
Mrs. Edwards, you want to listen to some music on the way? Go ahead, your choice. Okay, here we are.
It's so good, so funny. There are two things that I like about this video. Sharing God's love really can be as easy and as simply as inviting someone to church. Like, it can really be that easy. It doesn't have to be hard, weird, or awkward. And if you're like me, when things are awkward, you make them even more awkward, and it just makes things worse. But it's simply as asking that question. Hey, you want to come to church? You want to come check this out? And the second thing is, most people who start going to church go because they're invited by someone. People are not going to magically show up at church. People come because they are invited, and people come because of other people. We absolutely have to be those people who are doing the inviting. I started thinking about this. I was a little wiser, and I was able to let those seeds continue to grow. When Jesus calls us to be the salt and the light, he's causing us to do something in people's lives that is going to help them in its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. Same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Good. Matthew, great job. I heard you already, all the way over here. Matthew. I was reading it, and I was thinking, is Matthew reading it at home right now? I'm going to ask him. So, are you? Did you read it, Matthew? As many artificial flavors and sweeteners as we do now. They didn't. So salt was one of the few spices that they used to make things tasty. That's just what they had around. If you're me, you use hot sauce, and it makes everything better, no matter how nasty it is. Salt was used to take things that were bland and tasteless and make them enjoyable. It was used as a preservative. I didn't say that right. Preservative, there we go. To keep things from spoiling since they didn't have refrigerators. Okay, so salt had two functions: make things taste. For 250 years, about that time frame. We've been harnessing it, which means we've been capturing it, creating it, and using it. Lights and lamps are a big deal. Like, they're huge. There are countries that don't operate on electricity. We can take lights for granted. But sometimes we have to remember they help people. They help people not from stubbing their toe at night when they're walking in their bedroom. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I wasn't going to tell you this story, but I am now because it's super funny. And it's about this idea of light driving out darkness. I had a friend tell me one time they were in the restroom and they were in the stall doing the number 2. And you know the motion, they stop, they go off after a certain time when there's no motion. Well, they were in there for a while and the lights went off. So I don't know how long it was set for, maybe 5 minutes or so, but they need more fiber in their diet. But on the light plate, there's always a little dot, a little green light or something, or yellow light that's on there. And they said that after a few moments, that little tiny light began to light up the entire bathroom. And they began to see shapes. And they were able to see where they needed to go to get out. It only takes a little bit of light and darkness. Tell anybody that it does. Lighthouses don't fire cannons to call attention to their shining. They just shine. Wow. Let that sink in a little bit. You are a lighthouse. And people see you and they avoid danger. They know how to safely navigate life because of you. Because your light shines. You are a light in your families. You are a light in your school. You are a light with your friends. Just think of the impact that you can make, that we could make, if all of us fulfilled our role of being a light wherever we go. We're going to do it. We are doing it. So here we go. Salt needs 2 things to be effective. 2 things. They need flavor. They need flavor. Okay? So how can we maintain our saltiness? Ultimately, it's through an authentic relationship with Jesus. Sunday school answer, but that's how we do it. That's how we are able to look and act like Jesus. Okay? Some of you, we are we're in a I don't even remember the habits plan right now on YouVersion. Oh my goodness, that's a good plan. If you are not doing the 7 habits, I don't remember the full title. Let me know, and I'll give you the title. It's amazing, and it's all about this: every day having an authentic relationship with Jesus, building habits, so you can have flavor. Contact, closeness to the thing that it adds flavor to. You need to be near people that need your flavor. And usually that's non-believers, or that some believers need a little bit of flavor as well. Some of us just hang around people, the same people all the time, and we stay in our comfort zones. We can't be effective as salt, staying in our comfort zones. Light needs 2 things to be effective. Power, okay? Power. You're going to get power and flavor from the same place. Authentic relationship with Jesus. Okay? Think of it this way. You are a flashlight. And you cannot help the person who needs to use you if you have dead batteries. I mean, your batteries are going to start to go low. That's a given. Like, we know that our batteries are going to go low. So we need to recharge. But we need to have the power. We go to Christ. If we're going to shine, we first have to be plugged into the one who gives us power to shine. If we're not plugged in, no Jesus, no power. The next thing is darkness. Just like contact, darkness. You have to go near people who are not light. You have to go near people who are in darkness. What good is any flashlight if it's not being used in the darkness? It just sits in the drawer and does nothing except the batteries corrode on the inside and make it unuseful completely. So the question is, how do we, here it is, how do we be the salt and light to our friends? How do we be the salt and light to our friends? Okay? Because we're called to be the salt and light, but there are two unacceptable alternatives to being salt and light. Okay? I got a cool video to show you the do's and don'ts of evangelism. So here, check this out.
Hey, you gonna watch the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I want to, but I can't. I have this thing I have to go to.
What thing?
Well, it's like, well, it's kind of like church.
So the question is, here it is, how do we be the salt and light to our friends?
Little holy water. The food look unblessed. I'm sorry, I just need
So we're called to be the salt and light. But there are
You gonna watch the game on Sunday?
No, I have mass, so I'm not gonna miss mass for a game. I'm Catholic. This is way more important.
Hey, you gonna watch the game on Sunday?
No, I'm gonna record it. I have church at 6 o'clock.
We're going to church.
St. Timothy's, where do you go?
Well, I haven't really been in a while.
You should come sometime. I think you're really gonna like it.
Well, Are you gonna play?
No.
Well, is everything okay?
I'm just really worried because my mom is getting tested for cancer tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm just a little worried because my mom is getting tested for cancer tomorrow.
Oh, that's no good. Has she been to confession recently?
Who?
Hey, can we listen to some music?
Sure. Have you ever heard of Icandolo?
Something happens, you don't want her to die.
Oh, wait, no. Go ahead, show that, because that was a blooper. So you could, yeah, scream. There we go. You got this.
Something happens, you don't want her to die in a state of serious sin. Serious sin.
That was good. I love the blooper there because there are people that do that, but they're making kind of fun of them. But it's true. Like, people do that. So here we go. Here's the unacceptable alternative, all right? Because we talked about the two ways to be effective as salt and light. But here are the unacceptable alternatives. Being safe to talk to, but offer little truth. Safe to talk to, but offer little truth. Okay, I did it until someone told me, stop doing that. They learned something from the Bible, and they go tell everybody that if you don't change, you're going to go to hell. New Christians do that. Like, I don't know, I did that. I made a lot of people mad. That's what having the knowledge but being unapproachable. You are salt, but you're not preserving. You're not making three times. Okay, he's only mentioned three times. He was a personal, and what am I trying to say? The first time that we talk about Andrew, or we read about Andrew, he had a personal encounter with Jesus, a personal encounter. And it was the day after Jesus' baptism in John chapter 1, verse 35. Immediately from having that encounter with Jesus, he went and got his brother and brought his brother Simon to Jesus. invite them to a church activity. Now, we're starting to get things open back up here. Find ways to tell them that you will be praying for them. Hopefully, we begin to experience what it means to be a salt and light in this world. And then it becomes natural to us. And then it creates this desire in us that when we're not acting like salt and light, we begin to feel something's missing inside of us. And we begin to go hunger and look for it. Next time we meet, July 29th, we'll be here. We're going to wrap this up. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into this salt and light. And we're going to do this thing called evangelism. Evangelism. And that's where your friends meet Jesus. Where Jesus and your friends meet. There it is, evangelism. Where your Jesus and your friends meet. All right. All right. Let me pray for us, and then we're gonna break into small groups. Father, thank you so much for tonight, Lord. It is so good to be here, Lord. So as we go into small groups, Lord, help us to find our flavor. Find and get connected to the power